for these major record labels to throw down and actually come after this company. Bang has deep pockets. This is a multi-billion-dollar energy drink
It's a big
company.
infringement.
Warner Music Group sues Bang Energy over social media promo videos following infringement complaints from Universal and Sony Music. So I think they're joining in. We now have the 3 major labels suing Bang Energy drinks for copyright infringement. So what they're saying is, hey, Bang, you've been, either directly or indirectly through your influencer campaigns using our music without authorization. And there's more to this that we're going to dive into it.
But pay attention. If you are a influencer, or if you are a band, if you have a brand, or if you have a company or something, small business, pay attention to this, because this is all affecting you. This isn't just the big corporations, because when you open these accounts and you start doing these things, there are warnings to let you know about this stuff.
This is part of the complaint. So Warner filed in Florida federal court naming its defendants, of course, Bang Energy and its actual owning parent company, as well as its owner. Okay, so the owner got named as well. So Universal was the first major label that had filed in court and saying, you have violated the copyright of the songs that we own, which of course is a very large catalog, and you're using these songs in all your little influencer TikTok videos. Okay, so they filed this in 2021, and this was back in April. And as you guys know, when it comes to lawsuits, very expensive, and they take a long time. So then a few months later, in August of 2021, we then had the complaint from Sony Music. So now here we are with Warner playing ball as well. For me, the thing with copyright infringement, it's like speeding. You don't get to come back and be like, oopsies. The way copyright infringement works is that you get statutory damages if you used a label's song that it owns without permission. The label can say, obviously you violated our rights, and now we want those statutory damages, and it doesn't matter what you have to say in defense. So the fact that we have now 3 major labels.
What is it, like 150,000 like each one? So if they have years worth of infringements upon them from multiple things like that, plus the legal fees, plus all of this kind of stuff, you know what I mean? And it's pretty crazy. You see these companies that they're trying to figure out the best ways to market, and they're trying to make social media work for them. And because, social media lets you use, the average user can make, your videos, and you can use viral sounds and stuff. When you're a corporation, it's not your workaround to not have to pay these artists or to pay for the rights to use these songs. You're like, well, the feature's already there. Well, it's a lot different because you're trying to sell a product with it, and you're giving a fake endorsement. When I see that Bang Energy and I hear, say, like a Justin Timberlake song on the commercial, I'm assuming Justin Timberlake has given the okay for that, and he's somehow behind this Bang Energy.
Yeah, no, exactly. There's a lot that kind of goes into it. To answer your question, yes. So you get statutory damages under federal law, under the Copyright Act. And if you have someone or a company that is willfully using your music, so let's say they're running like commercials and they're putting your songs in there, they didn't get a license. I mean, you can prove willful use of the song. And so you can get up to $150,000 per infringement. So it gets real expensive. But, obviously for these major record labels to throw down and actually come after this company, it's because Bang has deep pockets. This is a multi-billion-dollar energy drink.
It's a big
company.
Infringement.
Yeah, so they're going to get paid, and that's why they actually throw down versus, obviously we see like everyone and their mother, on social media using sounds that might not even be approved, right? They might be mixes that DJs do that, and we don't see them getting sued by Universal. So
but you're not, but also you're not seeing it yet. You don't know necessarily this is a big corporation. So you're going to hear about the big stuff. You're not going to hear about the smaller cases where they're probably just getting cease and desist. So if you're an influencer as well, keep that in mind. So if you're getting paid from a brand, I guess I would assume to, hey, we got this new skateboard that we want you to endorse. So make some TikToks or whatever like that. And so you're doing a paid endorsement for the skate company. And then you use like a Pennywise song or No Effects song or something like that. Well, then, you know what I mean? Like they could come after you because now this is a paid thing. This is this is for a commercial. You do not get permission to use that. So, be careful.
Yeah, and it's funny, I just did a brand deal for an influencer, and just as a side note, if you do a brand deal, you're required, pursuant to the Federal Trade Commission, to disclose to your audience that you
Right.
have paid, sponsorship. So like basically make sure in the description of your post it says hashtag sponsor or
And I think for
hashtag
a lot of
sponsor.
posts, don't you have like the option? I think too, like this is you click that thing that says this is a paid promotion because yeah. So make sure that you're taking it, and just because you're not seeing all the cases of it happen doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. And don't just go, well, that's the skateboards company's problem. Maybe, yeah, if they want to stop there, but I mean, you're the one that made the content. So just be very careful when you're doing things that are, for paid things or for their endorsements for other companies when you're working with them too.
That's a so Chris has a great question. What happens if the artist gives you written permission, but they didn't really have the authority to give you permission because the label owns the copyright? The answer is if the label owns the song, the label is the only entity that can actually give permission. The artist doesn't own the music. And it's funny, I did a multi-million dollar catalog sale, and part of the question was, well, shouldn't the artist be involved and shouldn't be the artist be signing the contracts and this and that? And our answer across the board was no, because the artist has zero ownership in the catalog. So that's just the way it works.
So keep that in mind too. So like, let's say you're an independent filmmaker or something like that, where you're doing something for kind of like products or whatever. And you go, well, I've got my buddy's band. I know the drummer for my, I know my friend of mine is a drummer of some band. And he said, yeah, cool, man, use our music. Like, he didn't necessarily write the songs. He might not necessarily own the music. So you still want to make sure that when you're doing those things, you're getting all of that stuff in writing.